Hey, everybody, it's me, Jonathan Mel, the voice of the Vale, back with another Big Hype podcast brought to you by our very special guests and our very special sponsors, Hype Energy Drinks UK, Bravos Boxing Gloves, protect yourselves at all time, and Combat Ticks. Get your tickets from there, which saves the boxers having to run around and chase you and take money. It just makes it a lot easier for them. So have a look at Combat Ticks. But joining me today in the studio via his house, via my house to your ears, all the way from Chesterfield, Mr. Sam Whitehead.
How we doing, mate? All right.
Good, man. Good, yeah. It's nice to have you on. And we were talking about it just before we started, so it's kind of like we kind of know each other, but we don't, if that makes sense. We've been around the same areas, we know the same people, but we've not really connected. So I'll start with asking the same question I've asked everyone else who's come on the podcast, which is, how and why did you get involved in boxing?
Bit of a cliche thing to say, really, but just getting into a little bit of trouble around the state and stuff like that, and the local boxing gym, Spire Boxing Academy, that my uncle did a little bit of coaching at, and took me down, and the rest is history.
So it was your uncle that got you sort of involved more than just the schooling, just the issues that you had in school?
Everything really as a whole, like a bit of a father figure, and obviously like just wanting to point me in the right direction.
Good. And how old were you at this stage?
I think I was 13, 14.
And what was your first memory of? Did you ever? Is there something, or maybe not your first memory, but just a memory of your being in that gym?
This is tough. This isn't easy. That was my first thing. I loved it, but it were extremely tough.
So what did you do? Anything before boxing? Were you like football or rugby? Or
I dipped my toes into football. My brother's a footballer. He's played at a decent level, but I kicked it with my right, and it looked like I kicked it with my left. So.
Oh, so there's no call up from Nottingham Forest or anything like
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. I can run fast. That's a fact.
There you go.
They used to call me Tricky Winger. All lads who have banter about it, they all used to call me Tricky Winger when I used to join in training with him and stuff like that. Yeah, banter were good.
So the amateur scene for you started in the amateurs. How is that start for you? How did you find that? How did you find going out?
It was great. I got matched pretty hard early on, but I suppose there is no easy fight in any combat sport, I suppose. But I think I had about 30 to 35 amateur fights.
That's a good number.
It's not bad. Yeah, it's not bad, but kind of weren't dedicated in a sense.
Go on, elaborate. What do you mean by
diet?
Okay,
just not stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
So in a sense of that, like I was fully dedicated to the sport, but like obviously like the dieting side and stuff like that, I never, because I was so young, it didn't twig.
Okay. So I suppose at a certain level, they probably didn't really sort of get into that as much as it matters now, as we come into the, further along the career. Yeah. So 35 fights in the amateur, that's a good number, as I've already said. Yeah. A bit of a mixture bag, I guess. Yes, wins and losses.
Yeah, a little bit of a mixed bag, yeah.
And that's obviously giving you a good stead in the capacity. Anything that sort of stood out, anything your coaches, would you remember anything from the amateurs?
I could dig a bit.
Dig in.
I always liked the body shot.
So going from the amateur boxing into what came next then? Because I know you're pro now, but there's also a bit of a gap between these two. So what was happening? What happened to you?
I come away from sport probably early 20s, probably about 20, 21.
Uh-huh.
Come away from sport, just doing it as a 20-year-old does, going out partying and all the rest of it. And I actually, moving on to me being, I think I was 28, I broke my leg quite severely at work. And it laid in an hospital bed, kind of turned light bulb on my head. It's like,
Okay.
you know, it were an eye opener. Because if it had hit me above where it hit me, like in my abdomen, I wouldn't be here. So yeah, it was quite serious accident. And it switched the light bulb on in my head that I thought, you only get one shot in this life, and yeah, let's go. So I messaged Jay Shinfield. Yeah, and that's where the ball started rolling into the EBF.
Okay. So I don't want to go into it if you don't want to talk about it, but the accident, it was car accident, was it? Did you say?
No, it were at work. It were, in a nutshell, long story short, somebody jumped in a machine without a license and offloading something on the back of a lorry. I was stood behind him, he'd not seen me. It fell off at forked and hit me in the leg, broke my ankle. So yeah, that in a nutshell, without going into grave detail, it broke my ankle.
Yeah.
So
a lucky escape in that capacity, and
yeah, 100%, yeah, for sure. Yeah, and then like I said, got in touch with Jay, messaged him. I was severely overweight. The road, the image in my head was to always turn over. That was just a goal in my head that obviously I'd love to achieve.
So what went through you? You said on that bed, you were there. Take you back, and you were thinking, I've only got one shot. Why boxing?
Because it's all I know. Like, it's all I knew. It's all I knew I were decent at, and I knew I could put my mind to it and do something. Whether it be small in one person's domain or it's big in mine. Like, just turning professional was massive for me. Like, so I'd had a little excuse me. I'd had a little girl as well. So she's quite severely autistic. So yeah, that was another factor in it, like being fit, healthy for her in a sense.
Yeah, that's good. So you like you say, you took yourself off, went down to the gym again, back in the gym. What was that first time back in the gym like?
Horrible. I'm not gonna lie, it wasn't nice. But like anything, you've just got to stick to it.
Was it like riding a bike? Was it like riding a bike? Things start coming back. You think, I used to do that.
It went the first month, but once I started getting into a bit of a groove, and the weight started coming off, because I think I was 15.8 when I walked into Jay's gym.
Okay.
And obviously did it in stages. Did 13 box on an EBF show, then did 12.7 boxed on another EBF show, and then turned pro at 11.7.
So are you middle?
I'm a super welterweight now.
Super welterweight. Okay.
Yeah, so I've gone down.
You've come down. So yeah, you've got even more.
Yeah, for sure. So yeah, it was tough, but because my body's adjusting to it now, it's second nature to me now.
So you're sitting comfortably at welterweight at the moment. You're happy at that weight? It seems to be
super welterweight. Yeah, light middleweight, super welterweight. Yeah, I'm comfortable. Yeah,
there's a little bit of wiggle room around that sort of area because they're a bit tighter.
For sure.
The middle and well, so there is a bit of interchangeable. So the EBF though is for those who might not know, is the European Boxing Federation. Work quite closely with Ollie Ashton, and Ashton Promotions in Nottingham, and I think that's kind of where the journey sort of started for you. Then sort of coming back into it, was that the first fight, or was that how many fights did you have there altogether with the?
I had 2 in the EBF.
Okay, and the one I announced.
Yes, apparently. One you announced at the Motor Point.
I was there. It was a long night.
Absolutely.
Sometimes those shows are. That's how it works. What was it like boxing on in the Motorpoint Arena? What was it like boxing on such a big show?
It were unbelievable, to be fair. It were really, really good. It either makes you or breaks you, that kind of place. And you're never going to get an arena like that, you know, in a small old show. That's probably as big as you're going to get unless you get on a massive card. And you'd be quite lucky. Or work your way there. But yeah, no, it were an experience.
What do you remember of your opponent that night?
It was Gaz Wilson. Bit of just a boxing match. It didn't really come to fight. That's what I remember. But yeah, it was great to get rounds in. Yeah.
And who was there supporting you with a big crowd? Because I know I think you bring a good crowd, if I remember correctly, as well.
Yeah, there were quite a few there, to be fair. I think I did about 60 tickets, something like that.
Good number.
Yeah, no, for sure, yeah. And they've followed me from there to where I am now, gathering supporters as well.
It's all on the bus for the Whitehead bus. Is that what we're saying? Get on the bus.
Sure.
Big Hype Podcast, sponsored by Hype Energy Drinks.
Yeah.
So, 2 in the EBF. Anywhere else? Did you any other sort of semi-pro, as they call it? You know, that sort of level.
No, that was it. The reason for the EBF was to see if I still had it, like in the tank, if I still had the desire. Because it's all right to have one and then think, it's not for me, this.
Yeah.
Then you roll into it second, and I thought, yeah, this has definitely got that buzz back.
So, I'm just hypothetically, why go that route rather than going back into the amateurs?
Because it's a lot like the pros. No head guard, small gloves, bigger the pressures, selling tickets, mirrored the professional ranks.
Okay, and it was just that, not just.
Well, I'd already been an amateur as well. I didn't see any value of turning back to the amateur game.
No, it's just some people, like some say you were still 28, did you say, when the accident, and 29,
Yeah.
then you still had, realistically, you could have done 10 years in the amateur side of it if you wanted just to box. But
exactly.
Like you said, the dream was always to turn over pro, from what you were saying.
Definitely. Always.
This was a natural stepping stone then in that capacity too.
Obviously, it realigned with John Ashton, Ollie, Harry, you know, it kind of
family. Yeah.
That was the path. It was kind of, I just had to walk the path in a sense.
So were you having conversations with John before the EBF? Because I know, John's son runs that side of it now, and back a couple of years ago he sort of did a little bit with them, trying to sort of teach him the ropes in that respect. Were you sort of already having conversations with John and saying, well, I'd like to turn over pro, or was it his help, or was it someone else's? Or it was
I spoke to John, and obviously Jay, my trainer, he'd spoke to John a lot more than myself. Yeah. But obviously, so I've got to know John. He's a top guy.
Yeah, he's great guy.
They all are, to be fair.
Yeah.
Excuse me.
I mean, the reason we're chatting tonight is because of Harry. So thank you, Harry. Shout out for you, Harry Ashton, for bringing us together. So turning pro with Ashton Promotions, John Ashton Promotions, now called Trilogy. That was it. And you had to tip my tongue then. Debuted in the Leisure Centre in Alfreton in 2024. So
yeah,
a little bit. It's not really not long ago since all of this has sort of come to fruition. How did you find your debut?
Great. I boxed a tricky southpaw in Liam Griffiths. It had quite a few fights. It had 100 and odd fights. Yeah, it were great. It was a really good night. Thought I boxed really well to instructions. Being a southpaw, the tricky customers, aren't they? So
they can be for many people the boogeyman. It's difficult to get in, and obviously your range and everything else isn't quite right. They come in and they try and trip you up. Did you learn a lot in that opening? Considering
definitely, yeah, a lot.
And how do you find what was the main difference then between sort of the amateurs and the EBF to come over to?
They're tough. Like you can't just knock them over, as you'll see the elites knocking them over on telly. It's nothing like that. Yeah.
Anything else that you sort of thought, well, you had to pace yourself? Because this is 4 rounders now. Before, I think you were only doing 3 2-minute rounds. There's a big difference between that as well. Did you find that challenging? A
little bit, yeah. I conditioned a lot in camp as such. So, but yeah, you do it. You slow things down a little bit more. You don't rushing. You'll just blow. But that's the key thing that I think I learned. It was taking your time more. This 3 minutes, you don't have to kind of come flying out at block.
Yeah, there was a bit of a controversial point in that as well. The deductor point for a low blow. Did you feel it was a low blow?
No, I got a few clips off a few of my friends, and it were a Peter body shot. But the referees, he saw something different. You're always going to argue the toss being a fighter and a referee. Like it could have been on the borderline, but I thought it were a good shot. So I were hitting the body a lot because obviously I knew he didn't like it from the opening bell.
Yeah.
So I was kind of hunting that right straight at body.
It's a bit like that Dubois moment. Was it a low blow? Wasn't it a low blow?
Yeah, something like that. Yeah. I'll take that.
We'll just compare you to Usyk and Dubois fight.
Yeah, I'll take that with both hands, mate.
But I mean, realistically, apart from that low point, a low blow, you won. I think pretty much every round on that scorecard.
I won every round. It obviously just a point being deducted. Give it in, but. Yes,
I suppose it is what it is. It comes down to it, but you got the win. You got your debut.
I got the win that we're all bothered about.
That's the most important. That's the important thing to start with, I guess. And then we went into our second fight against Shane Smith. It didn't quite go your way. That one,
bit controversial. Bit controversial.
Tell me about it.
But what I did do when I boxed Shane Smith, that was again. The pace, I set a good pace early on, and kind of, I didn't die, but he hit me with a few clean shots. As in now, if he'd trade with me now, I'm a counter puncher, so I'd be firing straight off as soon as his punch land, I'd be there with him. But again, it's a learning process.
I was going to say you learned from that. Then obviously you've been practicing then the counter punch. You've been going back. You've gone, I don't want to be in that situation again.
No.
How do I get out of that? And what can I do? And obviously, as you've said,
sure. That's it. Yeah. And it was just one of them. Fair play to Shane. He got the victory.
Yeah.
I think Harry's been tittering on the idea of getting the rematch on.
Do you want it?
I'll have it. I'll fight anybody. I'm not. For sure. I'm not. Just because he beat me, I'm not going to turn away. But I think I've gone a different trajectory now. I think I've gone a different path. The weight was dodgy as well. I weighed in at 11.3, and I think he come in at 11.7, 11.8, something like that.
So you were in super welter and he was in middleweight then?
Middleweight, yeah.
Well, it's only a couple of pounds, I know, but it makes all the difference.
It does make all the difference
when it comes down to
when he absorption of shots.
Yeah. And also shifting your pattern of what you're going to do, how you're going to do it. You have to change your game. You have to think about how you do things slightly differently in that capacity then too.
Absolutely, but take nothing away from Shane. He did box well. But yeah, for sure.
Okay. then your third fight, we came in with the draw. So we started to turn the tables here. Sam Kirk, again, Roadrunner. He's a well-known and well-boxed person. So he's not, he's not your average journeyman boxer.
No, he's not. No,
and
he surprised me, to be fair.
There you go. That's what I wanted to hear. So what happened there?
I just didn't do I didn't do what I should have done. Like a lot more head move. He's a big lad. He's big at weight. He's big at. He was big at the weight. He's got a decent trainer as well. He's got a decent. Is it Jason Cunningham?
I'm not 100% sure, to be honest with you. I think
he's
still with him.
Yeah, he's trained by Jason Cunningham, so he's got.
Well, I mean, he's only ever been stopped once. So he's only ever been stopped once. Although I know he's got a bit of a losing streak, losing record, but he's only ever been stopped once. I mean, that speaks, volume in the fact that he's out regularly doing boxing, and he's out there.
He is out regularly, yeah. And I'd not fought since November, and I think I boxed him in March. Yeah,
so I mean, there's 5-6 months between your two fights, and I mean, for him,
and he'd probably boxed.
It was only probably about a month difference between. I think he's out every other week
exactly.
or so. Sometimes twice on Sunday,
But again, I'd be open to I'd be open to fighting him again, 100%.
Yeah.
But is there? I think to myself, is there any need to go back there? Is there any need for that? We just build on the mistakes that I made. And we worked on them in the gym.
I mean, for me, I would say no. But again, I'm not you. And I mean, you're already, like you say, you're going in a different directory. Because then, although these little stumbling blocks happened, we're back in winning ways. Dale Arrowsmith, you're convincing, 40-36 win over there on points, all 4 rounds, all went your way. Moving in the direction now that we're looking towards getting some of that steam and keeping that momentum moving forward. I'm sure that Harry and your coaches will be looking at that and going, right, okay, so what's next? So we already know what's next. We've already got something lined up. In the fact that you've got this all subject to card, obviously subject to change, but Nathan Darby is next on the hit list.
Yes.
How do you feel about that?
I've been sparring Joe Mooney for the past 2 camps. They're very good southpaw, very very good. So I'm preparing really really well. I've done countless.
Started?
Oh yeah, we're in full swing. Yeah, we're in full swing. Weight's really good. So yeah, we just left. We don't leave no stone unturned, especially with the southpaws, because he's a bit. What I've seen of him is a mover.
Mm-hmm.
So, he will move. He will make you work. He will, make you work. So, yeah, it's right up my street.
You're looking forward to it, then I can tell that.
Yeah, 100%. Yeah, I look forward to every fight. But yeah, I think it's a little bit of a step up because he's quite cute in his footwork, and he's trained by Junior Witter, so he's going to be sharp on his feet. Sharp with counters, so yeah, I'm very much looking forward to it.
Let's say everything goes well, and it's supposed to be. Where is Sam going? What does Sam want from this?
Just keep gradually moving up the opposition. I feel like from Arrowsmith to Derby, it's a jump again, and I'll be prepared to go another jump after that. Don't look too far in front. Let's get to Nathan Darby out of the way first.
Yeah.
And then we'll talk with Harry and Jay and see where to go from there.
You've got something in your mind, though. Surely you
I have.
Going back to when you sat on that bed in that hospital and you said, "I want to go pro. I want to go boxing. I want to go pro." What was the dream?
To box for a title, whether it be the Midlands, anything. Like, that's like one of my goals. I'd love that. That is, what I'd say. That's one of my goals to box the Midlands title.
The Midlands title,
and then anything after that. That's just one. That's one goal.
That's step one.
Yeah, absolutely. I don't like to to say, oh, I'll just go as it needs to be. I'm not going to say, oh, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. That's just my vision. That's where I want to be. Jack Mantell, my gym partner, he's just boxed to the Midlands title against Abu Baker. And I look and think, Jack can do it, I can do it. Same weight, good friends, very good friends. So, yeah, that in my, I've got, that's, if you're not going to test yourself in this sport, I don't feel like there's any point in being in the sport.
That's a fair thing. I mean, you like you say, if it's not for the dream of being world champion
or any sort of champion, it doesn't have to be a world champion because they're elite. But
true. But there's many different.
For sure.
We could get into the whole liturgy of sanctioning bodies and variations on the titles, silvers, intercontinentals. There's a plethora of belts available. An opportunity.
I'd fight for any belt. Put a belt in front of me, I'd fight for it. 100%.
That's what I wanted to hear. That's what I wanted to hear, Sam.
Yeah, for sure. I'm not shy of that. If I see an opportunity, maybe be a big task. You're only probably ever going to get that opportunity once, so you've got to grab it with both hands.
Exactly. Who knows what's ahead of us? But if an opportunity came up and you said, well, let's say,
I'd jump at it.
Come on.
I'd jump at it without a second thought in my mind.
Now, recently, obviously, all of this has so far been on pretty much home ground.
Yeah.
With your home promotion. If an opportunity was to go on the road, would you, or not so much on the road as a journeyman, but sort of to travel with boxing?
Well, it's funny you say that because I got offered to fight on the Doncaster bill on the football stadium.
All right, yeah. The GBM show.
Yes, that's right, yeah. But I was out in Forteventura in training camp with Jack Mantell. I'd not my brain scan. Nothing aligned. No. It would have all been rushed. And I needed to get back to winning ways as well. So it didn't align with where I needed to be.
And that's a sensible move then, Sam, in that case. We don't too...
Everything would have been rushed. I was away training in Forteventura with Jack. It'd just been all rushed. So that's why that didn't happen.
Maybe it wasn't meant to be. That's the reason why, like you say, stars didn't align that case. But we move on. There's other opportunities.
I was buzzing for it. I was like, great, like I'm in the right direction.
Yeah. But your name's being mentioned in the right circles, and that kind of you can take some sort of. So obviously, as we're moving in the right direction, things seem to be moving in the right direction. We'll hopefully keep that going now on. What was it, September 6th?
6th, yeah.
September 6th. Once that's done and dusted, everything is done and dusted. Perhaps even, whatever happens, you get to the end of the day and you think, do you know what? Boxing's been great, but it's time to hang the gloves up. What would Sam do?
I don't know. I don't actually know because it's been a massive part of my life. I don't even want to think about it, to be honest. I can't even give you the answer to that. It's just been. I don't even want to think about it just yet.
Just yet. Let's just leave that then. Let's park that up.
Yeah, absolutely. Park that and break it. Forget about that because I ain't going anywhere yet.
Because we got to get September out of the way first, and then. Who knows?
Yeah, absolutely.
Maybe. Do you reckon you'll be out again this year, or is it going to be in the new year after that?
I'm not too sure. I'm not too sure. I feel like my body needs a little bit of a rest. I was poorly in between the last fight and the start of this camp, so I'd not really had a full rest. If that makes sense.
That's fair enough.
I'm fine. Like there's nothing the matter with me, but that rest is critical.
So maybe actually have Christmas. I know a lot of boxers don't get Christmas.
Absolutely. I don't know, mate. I think you might. I don't know if I'm I don't know what's actually. I think November, but we'll see how this fight goes. See how I feel, and we'll just take one fight. Like I say, one fight at a time.
Take one fight at a time.
Yeah, for sure. I'll decide.
Sam, thank you very much. We cover closing tradition on the podcast where we do a very quick either or. So it's as simple as either or. Whatever you prefer. There's no right. There's no wrong. So Sam Whitehead, are you ready?
Go on then.
Seconds out, round one. Let's go. Southpaw or orthodox?
Either.
You're supposed to come down on one, but I'll let you off with that one. Body shots or headshots? Headshots. Body shots or headshots?
Body shots.
Train alone or with a partner?
With a partner.
Early bird or night owl?
Early bird.
Heavy bag or speed bag?
Heavy bag.
I thought we could have our first speed bag then.
I love a speed bag as well because I'm pretty quick, but I do love a heavy bag.
Everyone loves the heavy bag because you can hit it, it never hits back.
Yeah, for sure. For sure.
Underdog or there's the favourite?
Underdog.
Boxing gym or outdoors?
Boxing gym.
Short, powerful punches or long technical game?
Short, powerful punches.
Fight dirty or fight clean?
Anything to win. Clean.
Clean. Okay. Just in case the board's listening. Loud crowd or quiet atmosphere?
Loud crowd.
Good, man. Quick knockout or strategic wins?
Quick knockout. You can't beat a quick knockout.
No pay for overtime. AJ or Fury? Hypothetical.
AJ.
Ah, okay. Sam Whitehead, thank you so much for coming on the Big Hype Podcast. How do people follow you? How do they get involved with your story? How do they support you?
You can follow me on Instagram, Facebook, TikTok.
All of the above.
All of the above.
I'll try and get the links in the bio as well. Sam, I wish you every success going forward. I really wish you every well on the first fight of September. Unfortunately, I'm not going to be there, but I will be watching and we will try and support you via the Big Hype Podcast.
Amazing.
And share your stories with others as well and keep us locked in on everything that's going on. But Sam, thank you so much for coming on the Big Hype Podcast tonight.
Thank you ever so much, mate, for having me.
Okay.
Take care. Thank you.
Hey, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to the Big Hype Podcast. We hope you've enjoyed this episode. And really, I just want to ask you personally, if you could just send this on to a friend. Send it in their text, to their socials, to WhatsApp, whatever. However you get it to them, just get it to them. I'm sure they'll appreciate it, and I certainly will appreciate it. So thanks again for listening to the Big Hype Podcast, and thank you again for sending and sharing.
This has been a Big Hype production, edited and produced by Jonathan Millard, assisted by Riverside FM and distributed by Buzzsprout, available on all good podcast platforms. For more information, visit www.bighypepodcast.co.uk.